Hello, hello, hello. April the Loveologist here. I am going to give it a minute or two because for some reason our systems here seem to be running a little slow. So I'm going to give it a minute or two and allow StreamYard and YouTube and Facebook and Instagram to let everybody know that April the Loveologist is live and she's going to be sharing some things to help you get your online dating, or shall I say your interracial online dating experience leveled up and, shall I say, popping. All right. I hope you all had a great day and your weekend is set up to be fire for you. Because my week has just been explosive. It has been quite explosive. I'm getting a few things set up as well so that you can get all the information. You may want to go ahead and get your pen and paper today because I'm going to be sharing some things that you might really want to take notes on, especially if you're being challenged with that online dating and trying to get it to work and end up with an interracial relationship. So yes, get your pen and paper, and we will be starting here in just a few. Well, actually, in another minute. I have 6:02. We're going to wait till 6:03. Yeah. You can also go ahead and send out that message to 3 of your friends. Let them know that the Loveologist is on and she is fixing to drop not just some nuggets, but baby, some golden nuggets to help you level up your online dating experience. So I'm going to be quiet for a minute and allow you to get those messages out to your 3 friends. Get those messages out to your 3 friends. You all have dates set up for the weekend? All righty then, let's get started. It is 6:03 there. Welcome to Ask the Loveologist. I'm April, your favorite loveologist. I'm also a certified matchmaker, a certified love coach, and the president and CEO at Authentic Love, where we prioritize. Yes, our first priority is interracial relationships. If you should need to have my assistance, be sure that you get on my calendar. The link is right there in the chat. It says bit.ly Loveologist chat. And we can have a little chat and I can help you get leveled up in just your dating experience, period, or whatever you would like to know about that is related to interracial dating. And as I said just a few minutes ago, take a moment and go ahead and send out messages to at least 3 of your single friends and tell them April the Loveologist is on live. She's on your favorite social media challenge, your favorite social media channel, LinkedIn, YouTube, or Facebook, and tell them to join us. But remind them, bring your notes pad today because we are going to talk about some very, very interesting things. I want you to stay till the end because we're going to throw in a bonus point on our third point. So I'm looking forward to having fun with this one. Go ahead and subscribe if you're on YouTube. If you're on LinkedIn and Facebook, be sure that you follow, like, and by all means, share it out with a friend. Let's get going because today's title is 5 activities that are actually hindering your interracial online dating experience. Yes, 5 activities that are hindering your interracial online dating experience. I have notes, so if you see me looking down, I'm ready to kick it. You know, you always hear that first impressions are lasting impressions. And sometimes your first impression can either make or break whatever you're doing, and not just make it or break it, it can make or break it instantly. When it comes to online dating, that really is how it is. Your first impression, your photo, that is the first thing that is seen when it comes to online dating. So you want to make sure that you have your photo not just good, but that you have the right types of photos, you have a good number of them, and that your photo is expressing what you need it to express. So your first place that you are hindering your interracial online dating experience is with your photo. So I want to share with you some things that are not helping you with your photo, and I'm going to share with you some things that you can do that can help you with your photos. Well, first of all, we'll start here. A lot of people just only put one photo, and you need to have more than one. Most online sites require you to have at a minimum your profile photo. So when it comes to that profile photo, first of all, you don't want to have a photo where you're way back here and then there's something behind you and it's just huge. I remember I was reviewing a person's online dating profile and I said, so where are your photos? And so she sent me some photos to look at and I was like, oh, whoa, because there was a photo that was supposed to be her profile photo and she was about this big in the photo and behind her was this big brick building. And at first I was like, where is she? And I had to focus to see where she was in the photo. So that's your first thing that you want to make sure is that your profile photo is showing you that you are taking up most of the space like I am right now in the camera in your profile photo. You also want to make sure that, particularly in the profile photo, that you are wearing colors that are complementary to you. You want to be aware that, you know, if browns and blacks are not complementary to you, to your skin, that may not be good for you. Because also for some people, the browns and the blacks and the grays actually make you look tired. So you want to have colors that are actually complementing your skin and your hair, but definitely your skin. And that's one of the reasons why you see me wearing red quite a bit or pink, because I know those colors work with my skin and my eyes, and they just make my face pop. But not only that, I like red. And I know that red gets the attention of the gentleman for sure. So we're going to talk about these photos for a few minutes, but that's the main thing on your profile photo. Oh, and here are some things that you may be doing that are hindering you as well with the profile photo. Be sure you don't have a hat on. No sunglasses. Ladies, make sure you're smiling. And gents, we would prefer you to be smiling as well. And gentlemen, can we not wear no shirt? Can we make sure we have a shirt on? Okay, I know y'all are feeling sexy and all, but can we see you with a shirt on? Whether it be a t-shirt, a button-down shirt, but please put on a shirt. Thank you. And remember, they have about 30 seconds for you to make that first impression. So when they pull your profile up and they see your photo, you want your photo to say, hi. Or if you're a guy, you want your photo to say, hello there. So be sure that we have a profile photo that is quite inviting, that you're wearing nice colors. I know you gents, y'all like to wear the blues, the blacks, and those types of things. They work just as well for you guys. But for you ladies, you want to wear something with some color in it. And you also want to be aware that a lot of men actually don't even read the profile. So if your photo is not pulling them in, you just lost the battle already. Another thing when it comes to your photo or your profile photo and the rest of your photos, you want to have a variety of photos. Just like I said, your first impression. And on a lot of the dating sites, there's not just one photo that they put up there. If you put 5 or more photos, the first thing the person sees is a row of photos of you on a lot of these dating sites. So you want all of those photos to catch their eye. So let me tell you some different types of poses or activities you want to be taking pictures in for your online dating profile. For instance, because we're doing interracial dating, you want to show that you're open to that. And so you may want to show a photo of you where you went to do something that might have been related to some other cultures. I have a photo of me and I'm in front of the Parthenon. Although we have a Parthenon here in the United States, that also shows that I like going to do other types of cultural things. So you want to have a photo that shows your interest. You want to have a photo that also shows some type of hobby you like. Also, it's good for you to have a photo that is an after 5 photo and a playful photo. So these are just a few of the different photos you want to have. But remember, make sure they are good photos. Make sure that you are not, there's a photo of me, and I do not put this on the dating site, there's a photo of me that I have, and I was so excited because I got the privilege of going to see the Martin Luther King statue before it was unveiled to the public on TV. And I was so excited. And I had the ladies that I was there with take a picture of me, but the photo is so huge, so huge. And the sun was shining. I was like, well, you see how high my shoulder is, okay? On the whole photo, this is about how tall I was on the photo. Martin Luther King standing way up yonder. And it was so bright outside that all you could see mainly was my eyes because it was so bright that I was just almost black. But that is not the type of photo you want to put on your dating profile. So just wanted to kind of throw that in for you, maybe give you a good laugh for today. And just always remember, too, that you want to have a head-to-toe photo. I was on a summit last week, and one of the things that I was really expressing to them was that you want to have a head-to-toe photo. I know with a lot of the women, you don't want to do a head-to-toe photo because there are certain things about your body you may not want somebody to see right off. But this is the thing. When you have a head-to-toe photo, it does 2 things for you. It attracts and it repels. It will attract someone who's interested in someone who has your body shape or whatever you have going on. And it will deter someone who is not interested. See, the thing is, you may be doing online dating, but if you're really wanting someone for real, then you want someone who not only just likes you, but you want someone who wants and likes all of you. So put that head-to-toe photo in there so that it can do its job. And if you're plump like me and they don't like plump like me, hey, let them keep swiping. But you know, beyond popular belief, there are many men out there who like plump. I had a gentleman to tell me, he said, I'm really not all that concerned about the physical features. And he said, my father told me to make sure that I pay attention to what's in the mind and what's in the heart, because the physical features are going to do what they do. But the mind and the heart is what would be loyal to me forever. I was like, ooh, I need to talk to Dad. He is on point. So, again, this is probably the number one, it's not probably, this is the number one area where you're doing things that are hindering your online dating experience. That photo, it can make or break your situation instantly. So I'm just going to review again the different types of photos you might want to have there. You want to have an after 5. You want to have a fun photo. You want to have a photo that says something about maybe a hobby you like doing. You know, maybe even if you just took a picture of yourself sitting on the couch reading a book, you know, with your feet up on the couch or however you do that. But again, make sure that you don't look like a microdot in the photo. Yeah, we said after 5. Your profile photo, make sure that it is nice looking. Ladies, you are smiling. Gentlemen, you have a nice look. You're not really doing a mean look because you're trying to look all masculine. I was on a site the other day and I was looking, just flipping through, because I try to stay abreast of several sites so that I can share them. And there was this one guy that really stood out to me. And the reason he stood out to me was because his face looked so warm, fun, and pleasant. So make sure you're doing some nice, fun photos. Number 2, a second place that you are doing things that are actually hindering your online dating experience. That would be in your communication. And when I talk about your communication, well, not your communication, your written description. We're going to talk about communication next. I'm sorry. But your written description, because this is what happens when you go online and you're prepping your online profile. You have a written description to fill out as well, because they want you to say some things about yourself. They want you to say some things about the type of person you would like to be with. And sometimes they give you quite a bit of space there, and you might think, I don't need all this space. Well, I'm going to share with you 3 things to put in your online description. And I'm even going to, when we get to the communication part, I'm going to tell you how to put them in there so that they are more inviting and you can get more opportunities with the type of person you desire. All right. So when it comes to the written description, you want to put in there things that you like to do when you're describing yourself, but the things that you put in there you like to do, you want to make sure that they are also some things that your ideal guy would like to do as well. You don't want to do a real long list of 20, 30, 40, 50 things. 3 to 5 is good. Because remember, you women, you want to leave something to the man's imagination. You gentlemen, you don't have to put in there, when you're talking about yourself, all of your accomplishments and things that will reflect what kind of money you have and all of this and that. Just be yourself and say things that you would like to do, but you want to say some things that the opposite sex would like to do as well, because you want somebody who will go out and experience life, make memories, and have fun with you. So why not list some things that both of you would like to do? And here is a little golden nugget. One thing that will help you stand out amongst all the other profiles is if you put something in your profile that's a little different. I know some of us are real shy when it comes to expressing things about us that are odd. But when you put in something that's a little bit different, a little bit odd, that can pull in your forever partner. I remember reading some testimonials on an online dating site, and there was this one couple. The thing that brought them together was they both knew about some particular type of upgrade math. And I don't even remember what kind of math it was because I'm not that knowledgeable of math. But the two of them knew what it was, and that was the one thing that helped them to bond. And they ended up dating for a while and getting married. So go ahead and put yourself out there and put what it is, that one little odd thing that you might like to do, so that it can draw in your special person. Now, that's number 2 in your written description. Also, in your written description, you want to make sure you get someone else to read over it, get them to proof it. Make sure you don't have things that are not capitalized that should be capitalized. Make sure your grammar is right. It doesn't have to be a perfect thing, but it needs to be able to be read and be read smoothly and reflect you and your personality. Number 3, communication. Communication is a big deal. I know in the first one, when I talked about photos, I mentioned that some men just simply do not even read the profile. And you'll figure that out when you get into communicating with them, or shall I say chatting back and forth, when you say something or they say something and you realize they didn't read your profile. But also, you have to make sure that your communication in your profile, or how you write your description, is very inviting, and it makes you sound soft if you're a lady. It makes you sound like a leader if you're a gentleman. So here's some of the things that it took me a while in online dating to learn, but they have been quite beneficial. One of those things is your verbiage, the words you choose. Pay attention to your sentences. I know this is not something you would normally do, but some of the things I did was I changed the word want to the word desire, or the word prefer. I started using the word appreciate rather than I like that. I appreciate that, or I appreciate you. So what I'm saying here is pay attention to some of your sentences. You also want to make sure you don't sound like you're ordering people around. Instead of saying, give me your number, or give me this, say, would you share that with me? Or may I have? So don't sound like you're ordering people around. I'm going to tell you, after I got ghosted about 3 times for what I was saying when I was chatting back and forth with some guys, I realized that the way I was coming across was sounding like I was ordering. And I figured that out by the way that some of the gentlemen would respond, because they would make this harsh response and then they ghost me. And I was like, huh? But anyway, pay attention to your communication and make sure that you don't sound like you're ordering people around. And some of your statements, you may want to turn them into a question so that they sound a little bit less harsh or less orderly, shall I say, or demanding. Another thing too is that as a woman, you want to make sure that you are ready to send the first message. There's nothing wrong with a woman sending the first message. You're not asking a man out. You're not asking him to marry you. You are simply sending the first message, the first greeting. So, especially when it comes to interracial relationships, if you want to have an interracial relationship, you may have to send the first message to a lot of these guys, because I'm going to tell you, a lot of times gentlemen are just, shall I say, not alert to the fact that someone from another culture could even be interested in them. So you women need to come up with some approaches that you can put out there that are going to make you stand out, and be ready to send a message to a guy and be first. And whether you are a man or a woman, if you're hanging with me and you're listening to my coaching, please don't send people messages that just say hi or hello or how was your day. Come up with something different. A guy sent me a message and he said, your profile is just, what do you say? Your profile is awesome. Are you as awesome as your profile? And I was like, now that's a different approach. And another thing too is you can't be offended when someone is calling you beautiful or handsome. So just say thank you with for the compliment and go on with the conversation. But you can always start the conversation out with a compliment. I have said to gentlemen, I see that's your James Bond, whatever. I had a photo of a gentleman. He was just kind of slightly leaning up against the wall, standing there. I said, "Oh, that's your James Bond pose, huh?" And I got a little giggle out of him, and it broke the ice, and we had a very nice chat. You can compliment something they have on. There was a guy that I complimented, and I said, "You look very nice, whether you have the glasses on or off." And I know that made his day, because a lot of people who wear prescription glasses, they may feel like they're not the best looking just because they have on glasses. So in your communication, pay attention to your verbiage. Pay attention to some of the words that you are using. Make sure you don't sound like you're ordering people around or telling them what to do. Make sure you're sounding inviting and warm and conversational. To sound conversational, you may have a list of questions and things that you want to know about a person because you've been working with me and you know about the standards and the vetting and all of that. So you have certain questions. But the thing is, you don't want to start talking or chatting with the person online and then going back and forth. You ask the question, they answer. They ask you a question about something totally different. You're not paying attention, and you go on with your questions. And then you're going to frustrate them, okay? And they will run. So you want to make sure that you're communicating, even though you're chatting on the site, and make sure that it's flowing. Pay attention, read their responses. You may need to follow up from their response and ask them another question about that. That is what makes it a conversation. I remember chatting with a guy, and we never really got to the technical dating questions. We didn't, because we would each follow up with something somebody said. And as we went on, we just kind of learned about each other, our personalities, what we like, what we didn't like, our families. It just kind of flowed into the conversation because we were having a conversation. We weren't grilling and drilling each other for a job interview or for a position. So these are some things that are actually hindering your online interracial dating experience. When you are drilling. Let me tell y'all this story. About this situation. I was online and I was chatting with this gentleman, and we had gotten off the site, and we were going back and forth emails. So I was like, oh, this is so slow, but okay. Well, then I noticed that he was just asking me question after question after question. And I said, and the questions became familiar to me because there is a dating connection technique, shall I say, where you actually ask each other a set of 30 questions, and they're specific questions, and they are arranged in a specific way. And I was like, wait, I've heard these questions before. And I just had to pause before I answered again. And I was like, this man has got some list of questions that somebody has told him he needs to ask online. And I was like, oh my goodness. So you know what I did? I threw in a question that was a total monkey wrench. And then finally I said, so you must have a whole list of questions over there. Come to find out, he said, yes, I have 30 questions. I was like, oh, okay. I ghosted him. So anyway. And by the way, next week is Halloween. So we're going to talk about ghosting in next week's presentation. Make sure you're back next week. Just thought I'd drop that in right there. But anyway, the thing is, be sure that you are working on your communication and you have some good lines, and make sure they're not sleazy. to open up your conversation online. Another thing about your communication is when you have someone who wants to get offline, or not offline, but they want to get off the site really, really quick, you want to view that as a possible red flag. Okay. You want to go back and forth with them about 3, 4, 5 times. So that means that you have responded 3, 4, or 5 times. So that means you've had at least 10 different engagements there. And you also want to make sure you know where you want to go offline to. I have stopped using WhatsApp, and so I suggest that you use something else as well. So I'm just going to review right quick and go back over these 3 real quick. We talked about the photos, and we talked about how your profile photo has got to be on point. It needs to take up the full screen as much as possible. You don't want to look like you're this tall and have a background that's yay big. You want to, if you're a woman, you want to make sure that you have colorful clothes on, something that matches your complexion. If you're a gentleman, you want to make sure that you look nice, whether it be that you have on a shirt, a button-down shirt, a t-shirt, a suit, or whatever you are wearing. Just make sure that you look nice, neat, and both women and men. By all means, let's have a inviting facial expression, a smile. You know, even in those profile photos, you can go out and find you some type of background. I have one photo that I've discovered that gentlemen really like, and it's just basically my head, but behind me is a tree. So it looks like the tree is my background. So pay attention to those photos and stop shooting yourself in the toe, shall I say, with bad photos. Oh, and by the way, make sure that there's enough lighting on your face so we can see your face, and no sunglasses. Oh, by the way, no graveyard photos either. And yes, I had somebody to ask me, did they really take pictures in the graveyard? All I know is I have seen on some sites some people standing in the graveyard for their profile photo, and I was laughing, but it was scary too. So, okay, pay attention to where you are in in any of your photos, not just your profile photo. Your written description. Be sure that you write something in your written description that is something you and your ideal mate would like to do, as well as putting something in there that will set you apart from everybody else, something else that you like to do or you have knowledge of. And make sure you get it proofed. Get somebody else to read it. Make sure your grammar is doing good and your punctuation. And then in your communication, we talked about making sure that you don't sound like you are demanding or ordering people around, and making sure that you have some nice little greetings. And if you are a woman, you are not afraid to send out that first message to a gentleman who may have caught your eye. Another thing about this written description that just popped into my head was, be sure that you are reading other people's descriptions and deciding if this is someone that you'd be interested in, because you can read some people's profile and read that description part, and there may be some red flags in there that you see that, hey, you could avoid yourself some heartache and pain. Or you could find your special someone because you paid attention to the profile and their description. Well, I want to let you know that we're trying something different. So this is part 1 of 5 activities hindering your interracial online dating experience. And I trust that you got some value from this. If you did get some value, then go ahead and put in the comments the word value. And that will actually let me know that this was a topic that you really enjoy, and we should come back with some more online dating topics. But if you got some value out of this, I really would like to know. Also, what we're going to do with part 2 is we're going to upload part 2 instead of making it live. So the upload for part 2 will be done on Thursday. By 6 p.m. on Thursday, it should be up. We may put it up earlier, but it should definitely be up and available for you to look at on Facebook, YouTube, and LinkedIn on Thursday. And Thursday's date, if I'm not mistaken, is the 26th. And we should have it there for you to view by 6 p.m. Central Standard Time on Thursday, October the 26th. And I need you to let me know if you received the value in part 2. And I also need you to let me know if you like having that video upload, as well as having the live here. We are doing some fun things over at Authentic Love. And so I want to share with you that we are planning a online, or shall I say a virtual mixer. And this is something I need to know if it is something that you would like to attend, if you would like to have some more information on it. So if you would like more information and to be a part of this mixer, I need you to type in the comments, mixer. And if you don't know what I mean by mixer, this is where we are going to have men and women on a Zoom. You'll get to play some games. We're going to have music. You get to learn things about each other in a group. And also we will have breakout rooms where you will actually be able to meet people one-on-one. And think about this. You don't have to jump and run and go through all of the changes that other people do when they're going to different singles events. You can actually enjoy this from the comfort of your home, or if you're out of town, you can enjoy it from the comfort of your hotel room and still be able to mix and mingle with other singles. And it's just going to be fun because, like I said, we're going to have fun. We're going to have games. We're going to have a DJ. We're planning on having a few other little surprises in this event as well. But I need to know if you are interested in participating in an online mixer. And you might meet your forever partner at the mixer. So be sure that you type mixer in the comments, and that way I can get in contact with you and we can get you all the information you require. And I'm going to tell you, I'm really, really looking forward to it. Because the DJ, oh my goodness, the DJ knows music. The DJ will have you tapping your toes. And since we're virtual, he'll probably have us all up just dancing. But anyway, we're planning on having a lot of fun and really enjoying ourselves and meeting new people. And for those of you who actually live in cities and you say, there's no good men here, or there's no single men here, or whatever, or those of you who are just busy all the time and you're saying, I can't meet any lovely young ladies because I'm always on the go. This would be a great time for you to stop and take notice and meet some new people. We are going to have fun. So remember, if you want to attend the mixer, you want more information about the mixer, just type mixer in the comments and we will send you some additional information. Now, I want to remind you again that we are going to put part 2 of this on a video and upload it on Thursday by 6 p.m. so that you can get the rest of the 5 activities that are hindering your interracial online dating experience. But wait, there's more. There will not just be 5 activities. In part 2, we're going to throw in a bonus. So you'll actually have 6 different areas of your online dating that you can level up and really enjoy and make some good connections. So that's all I have for you today. Well, first of all, let me check my notes and make sure I didn't miss anything. Oh, yes. There is another thing I want to add in here. Here's a little bonus for you for today. In your written description, Usually you have two sections. You have a section to write about yourself, a section to write about the type of person you would prefer. And like I said earlier, you tend to have quite a bit of space there. And you might put in something brief and say, hey, that's a lot of space. Well, let me tell you how to effectively fill in the space. You can put a little blurb about yourself, but when it comes to putting your blurb in about the type of person you would like, you can do the normal and put in a little description of the type of person you like and things you like, them to their characteristics and whatever. But here's the golden nugget. Put in a story. So my story usually goes something like this. My guy and I are out and I see this great white breach. And when he breaches, it scares me. And I just lose my balance and I fall back. And just as I'm falling back, he catches me. And that's when I realize he has had my back all the while. He is definitely my hero. So what I'm suggesting to you as a real serious golden nugget is that you put a little story in that written description under where you've described the type of person you would prefer. So, gentlemen, you can write a nice, cute little story about a young lady and put it in there as well so that it will enhance your online dating experience. Because although a lot of people may not read profiles, there are a lot of them who do read profiles. And those are the people who really want to get to know you for real and deeply. So I hope that little golden nugget helped you with your profile description. Well, I'm April, the LOVEologist. Oh, I am April, your favorite LOVEologist. I'm a certified matchmaker, certified love coach, and the president and CEO at Authentic Love, where interracial relationships are our top priority. I'm looking forward to seeing you in the comments on Thursday when we upload part 2 and I share the other 3 pieces. And yes, in those 3 pieces is going to be another bonus. And be sure that you share this with a friend. Make sure that you've liked it and you've subscribed or you followed me, because I'm looking forward to seeing you each and every week, because we are here at 6 p.m. Central Standard Time, 7 p.m. Eastern. I'm April, the LOVEologist. Bye-bye now, and thank you for joining and sharing with your friends. Bye-bye.